Hey everybody, welcome back. So today we are going to make super easy, fairly cheap, and enough to feed a lot of people. I'd say at least 5. We are making stuffed manicotti in sauce. That's it. It will be meat-free, so if you're a vegetarian, the only thing you have to worry about is the cheese. And there are several different kinds of cheeses in it. So I will show you what the ingredients are, and we'll go from there. Okay, so today what we'll need is grated Parmesan, ricotta, mozzarella. I use whole milk. You can use skim milk, whatever kind you like. Italian seasoning. We've got the manicotti shells. It doesn't have to be barilla. We have 2 raw eggs, some sugar, and then a large can of tomato sauce and a small can of diced tomatoes. Those are the only ingredients you need. That's it. How easy, right? All right. So the first thing we're going to do is add our ricotta. And this is a really big container. As you can see, it's 32 ounces. You don't need to get a big one. I'm not even using the whole thing. So I'm going to use about half of it, because I am going to make enough to feed 5 people. All right, so there's the ricotta. And now we're going to add our Parmesan. This is going to be part of this cheese is going to be part of what thickens it. And then, of course, the eggs, once they cook into it, those will also help stabilize and thicken it. Sorry. All right. And then we're going to add our mozzarella cheese. I love cheese. I add about half a bag so far, because then we're going to save some for later. Okay. We've got our Italian seasoning. You don't want naked cheese. Everything's got to be flavored. And then we're going to add 2 eggs. 1. And 2. Oops. There. And then you're just going to mix this up. Okay. I always thought of this as the fun part because it looks gross. But once it cooks, oh, it's so delicious. Oh my goodness. I love it so much. Alright. Now, you see how loose that is? It's really loose right now. I'm going to add more Parmesan. Again, like I said, to help thicken it up a little. Alright. That's it for the mixing. That's it. For your filling, you don't need anything else, okay? So I'm going to put this in the fridge, cover it, obviously, with some plastic, or if you have a lid that'll fit it, fine. But I'm going to put this in the fridge for about an hour, just to let it stiffen a little. Alright, and we'll be back afterwards. So the cheeses are in the fridge, and while that is taking time to do its thing, we can make the sauce, which I'm not kidding, it is so easy. Oh my god, it's so easy. Can of tomato sauce, the can of diced tomatoes, just a little bit of sugar, because you want to take some of the acidity away. And then a whole lot of your Italian seasoning. Alright. Give this a mix. Obviously, once it's cooking, the herbs and everything will release some of those delicious flavors and aromas. Right now, it's just going to look like fairly plain sauce, but that's okay because we've got all those cheeses and the pasta, and we got the chunks of tomatoes here from the diced tomatoes. Now, of course, you could use fresh tomatoes and just cut them all up yourself, but we're trying to make this as easy as possible and as cheap as possible. And right now, some fresh produce is just too damn expensive. That's it for the sauce. How easy is that? Oh my gosh. All right. Okay, so for the pasta, I'm doing 12 shells of manicotti shells, okay? And then I've got a pot of water. We are going to boil the water first. Once it's boiling, we'll add salt, help flavor the pasta noodles. Then we'll add the pasta, and we're going to let it boil for about 9 minutes, no more, because you don't want it fully cooked. You want it par cooked, because we're going to end up filling them once they cool, and we will add the sauce and everything to the dish that we're putting them in to bake. So our water is boiling. I've added the salt. I add quite a bit just because I really like salt, so it's not good for my heart, but whatever, you know, you only live once. And then we're just going to add the pasta. Sort of like little scuba divers. You just want to drop them in like that so they all get filled right away. Again, like I said, I'm doing 12 of them. That'll feed a family of 6 or 5 or 4 if you're really hungry. All right, so we're going to let this boil for about 9 minutes. Then we're going to take them out, drain it, all that. And we're going to put those in another pan to cool while we're getting everything else ready. So the pasta is parboiled. I put it in a pan. I just separated them with a couple sheets of parchment paper just so they don't all stick together. And as you can see, there is some collateral damage. One of them split, but that's okay because they're just going to get stuffed and cooked anyways. So while these are cooling, we're going to preheat our oven to 400 degrees. We're going to take that cheese mixture out of the fridge and let it get to room temperature so it softens a little and makes it easier to squeeze into the shells. So the cheese mix that we made earlier has softened up real nice. And as you can see, I put it in a couple of Ziploc bags because that's going to make it easier to fill the pasta shells. So we are going to just cut the tip off. Now, I'm hoping this works. All right. All right, yeah, that'll work. And then you're going to take the shell. Okay, see? And we are going to squeeze the cheese right into the shell. So there's this side. We're going to do this side. Make sure it's nice and full. Alright. Okay, so we're just going to fill all 12 of these, and then we will put them in the pan. I'll be back when I do some more. Alright, they are all stuffed. Now we are going to pan them. We got our sauce that we made earlier. That's simple, easy sauce. We got a fairly large dish here, casserole dish. Okay. And we are going to first take our sauce. See, it's thickened up a little bit while it's been sitting. We're going to put a layer of sauce on the bottom. I like my pastas really saucy. Just so you know. Oh, saucy. You see those chunks of tomatoes that are going in there? That's all going to be so good when it's done. Alright. So now you got the sauce in. We're going to start putting in the pasta. However you can make it fit is the way it should go. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Uh-oh, are we going to be able to fit them all? 10. 11. There's that broken one from earlier, and I think we'll be able to fit one more in. And 12. All right, they all fit. Perfect. All right. Then we are going to sauce those up. Remember, no naked pasta. Now, a helpful hint, if you at least rub some of the sauce all over each of the pasta shells, they won't burn as easy. If your oven's too hot, that is. This already smells good. It's not even cooked yet. Alright. I'm going to dump the last of it right in. Waste not, want not. Alright. So now you got the shells in the sauce, in the dish. And we're going to top it off with more Parmesan, okay? And then, of course, we're going to add more mozzarella. Save some of your mozzarella for later because when it's just about done cooking, we're going to add a little more just to top it off. Alright, how's that looking to you guys so far? So, we're going to put this in the oven that's been preheating. It is at 400 degrees. And we are going to leave it in there uncovered for about 30 minutes. Into the oven it goes. Alright, close that up. And in 30 minutes, we will take that out. And I will show you the last steps. Alright, so this has been baking for about 27 minutes. I'm going to pull it out for a second. Oh my god, look at that. Oh my god, that looks so good. And we're going to add the rest of that mozzarella cheese that I said earlier that we were going to do. Again, there's never too much cheese. Never too much. Back in she goes for about 3 more minutes. So it is out of the oven, and I have it on a cooling rack, which we are going to leave it on for a good 20 minutes. Let's make it 15 minutes, okay? And that's just so that it cools off enough so that the cheeses don't ooze all the way out right away. You know what I mean? All right. Next time you see this, I will be plating it up. And there you have it, folks. Cheese is nice and firm inside, but still creamy and soft to cut. A friend of mine happened to have brought me a loaf of Italian bread the other day, so I put some Italian bread on my plate to help soak up some of the sauce. And then I also happened to grow green onions, so I just chopped up a couple to put on top for some extra color. Anyways, that is it. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you make it. And if you do, let me know how it turns out. Don't forget to like and subscribe, everybody. It's been awesome cooking with you today.